What is up? So we are going to address Henry Cejudo versus Song Yadong because this was a very bad ending to Henry's fight. And it's not necessarily bad because, he either won or lost. It's bad because it's a gigantic what if. Now, my opinion is that if the fight kept going all 5 rounds, Song would have still had Henry figured out and Song would have won the decision. But if you look at that eye injury, Henry definitely did look like he was bleeding from that eye. It did look like a really bad eye poke. So you know what? I take his word. And I don't think that he was looking for a way out. I don't think he's that kind of person. For those of you who want to sit on the sidelines and, say, oh, he's quitting. Clearly, you guys have never probably competed in combat sports. It's when you get poked in the eye, it's pretty unreal. It's not a good feeling, and especially like if you get your vision blurry, that's scary because you want to think that, should I continue this fight? I don't want to risk my eyesight. You only get one pair of eyes, all that stuff. A lot of questions go into there when it comes to that kind of stuff. So, you know what? I give Henry Cejudo benefit of the doubt, even though I still think he was going to lose that fight. I know that I wanted to see him win because I have actually met Henry on a multitude of occasions, and he's actually a really humble, down-to-earth guy. So despite all the cringe that he throws out there, trust me when I say I actually do think he's actually a really cool dude. So, Henry, if you ever on the off chance watch this, you're awesome. I think you're a really cool guy. But at the same time, though, it's like it's such a bad ending to a fight because I would actually honestly rather see no eye pokes or crotch shots. And if Song Yadong won the decision and Henry was like, okay, you know what, I don't really have this anymore, laid it down in the octagon, I would be better off with that too. It's not about winning or losing, but the fact that now they got to run it back. Do I think Henry has a potential to correct a lot of those mistakes in the rematch if they do? I think so. But also Song has felt Henry out enough to the point where he's going to be like, okay, now I know to attack that lead leg. Now I know what shots to look out for because that length and that size difference was very apparent. Henry tried to take down Song, and, while Song stuffed all those takedowns. So even Henry's A game wasn't really working in his favor. So it just kind of seemed like, yeah, Henry, the age is catching up with him. Do I think like if you put him against like a top 15er or something like that, does he win? Yeah, but I just think that honestly, I don't want to see him get to that point. I'd rather see him walk out with his health. So honestly, I think that there is room for one more fight, and that would be a rematch with Song Yadong. Hopefully no eye pokes, no crotch shots or anything like that are going to be going on that's going to cause this to go out in any controversy, because I just don't want to see Henry's career go out in that way. Now, I've seen a lot of people, give Henry a hard time saying that he gave up. I already went over that. I don't think he gave up at all. I think he really wanted to continue the fight. I don't think he would want his reputation going out like that. However, it's like they do have to think about running that one back. We'll probably see it in a couple months, maybe. Take some time. Do I think Henry should retire right off the bat? I don't think so, honestly, man, because I know definitely Henry wouldn't want to go out like that. I know he would just want a definitive either win or lose fight to happen where he's just like, okay, that's satisfying. The championship days, though, for Henry, I think are pretty well behind him. I don't think that he's going to go for a Sean O'Malley fight. I don't think anything like that's going to happen just because this current version of Henry that I'm seeing that tends to be slowing down and does tend to be getting more tired. Henry was fading throughout that fight. Just being non-biased, I don't want this to be a Henry Cejudo glazing fest, but it did seem like he was getting a little tired. It did seem like he was getting a little winded. And you know what? That's the thing is like even though his prime years were awesome, the double champ, triple C, savior of the flyweight division era, even though I still remember those times, there comes a time where your body just can't do what you want it to do as you get older. And as someone who is entering his 30s, 10 years from now, I'm not looking forward to that. As a guy, who does jiu-jitsu as a hobby, I'm not looking forward to when my body can't do the same stuff it used to anymore, and I just start to get older. It's probably a bad feeling, So I get it. And there's a lot of, what ifs that could have gone on. What if he didn't take those 3 years off? Would he have still had a better legacy? What if? But, it is what it is. Is Henry going to retire? I honestly think that no. I think, if anything, run it back with Song and then see where that goes. Do I think Song wins the rematch? Yeah, I think we're probably going to see Song do even better in the rematch if I'm non-biasedly looking at this from where both fighters are at. Song's younger, Henry's older. And then even if Henry loses 4 in a row, then I think that would be time to, put his gloves in the center of the octagon and say, you know what, I had a good run, but, that's it. And it's sad. It's sad to see the savior of the flyweights go from there to where now the 3 years he took off are coming back to haunt him. But you know what? You can only, despite the eye pokes and everything, I got to give Song full credit. He was figuring Henry's game out as the time went on. He respected what Henry was throwing out there, so he didn't just sleep on it. He didn't just run over there and try to bulldoze him or pressure him. But, he was on the back foot of the first round of the fight, but then the things kind of turned around in the second where Henry was the one who was keeping the distance little by little. So, you know what? It's sad that the eye injury happened. Obviously, Henry's probably going to need to take some time off to get his eye checked out, make sure he's all good. Because when I saw the eyeball bleeding, I was like, yeah, you know what? That's he's being sincere when he says he can't see. He's not taking, 5 minutes off to, he's not going to be taking 5 minutes off for nothing. I mean, yeah, it does seem a little excessive to the crowd. Yeah, he could have taken 1 minute. MMA Guru had something to say about it, how why isn't Henry Cejudo blinking or anything like that? Good point, but maybe you're not. When you see the blood coming out the eye and you see the pictures now, no, that was a legitimate injury. And you know what? I think that the fans were just kind of mad that, we didn't get really the definitive finish that we really wanted to. But, I'm going to quit rambling. I am disappointed. It was such a great card. And to have it finish in that finale, even though it was a good fight for the moment, is disappointing. And especially, like I said, I know Triple C. I actually have met him multiple times. So, for him to see someone like that you actually have met and have had really positive interactions with mostly, it just kind of is a hard pill to swallow, when you see his career go out like that. But, I don't think it's over yet. I think we got time for one more chapter, rematch, and then win or lose retirement, dude, because honestly, like I said, it's becoming very apparent. But peace out. I'll see you guys on the next one. And, cheers.